So every time I start to do a video nowadays, I kind of think I should be revising. Hi, I'm Jess, and today I have a book review for you on An Ember in the Ashes by Tabata. I read this as a buddy read with Mel from the Book Moo. I will link her channel down below. I just love her channel. And yeah, so we read this together. We both got a review from Harper Voyager, so thank you for that. I also did another video on this called the Fantasy IRL tag, which I will also link down below. But yeah, this is a book about a world where there are scholars and there are martials. I think that's what they're called. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. And it follows two perspectives, Laia and Elias. And Laia is a scholar, which is the downtrodden in society. They've been taken over by the Empire, which the Maritals run, and Elias is marital. In specifics, he's a mask, which are people that are trained from the age of like 6 to be the soldiers of the Empire, and he doesn't really want to be a soldier. And so he tries to escape on his graduation, but he doesn't quite go as he planned. And Laia's trying to save her brother by being a spy to the most horrible, bitchy, horrible woman in the world. I hated her. The commander was just awful. I just hated her. How could you like her? She was such a good villain though. I like that in this book the characters' motives were explained so well. From the beginning I understood what motivated Laia and Elias, and even the commander to some point. I understood what motivated all of them to do what they wanted to do, which was just I hate it when people in like science fiction or fantasy do things and you're like, why did you even do that? That made no sense. Whereas Laia and Elias always explained what they were doing and why they were doing it, and then afterwards they'd reflect on it, which I really loved because it's sort of it's really realistic, this book. They think about things really in depth. I also liked that there was no big romance. There's sort of hints at romance, and yes, Laia does kiss a couple of boys, but they're not big romances. It's not the main plot of the story. The story is about Elias and Laia surviving and escaping the control of this empire. It's not about the romance between her and Keenan, or her and Elias, or Elias and Helene. It's not to do with any of that, even though that's there in the background. That's just sort of their problems that they're having to face. It's not the actual story, and I really enjoyed that because yes, romance can be there in your life and not be the sole purpose of your entire story, which I loved. Also, I loved that the world was not a massive point in this. The world was developed really well, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't a massive point, and I like that sometimes because plot and characters are my favourite things to read about. I don't like reading about solely a fantastic world with really boring characters, so I like that we got the world of Blackcliff, the school, and that was all really we needed to explain. We got sort of external information about how the world works, but really it was Blackcliff and it wasn't a massive part. We got to know what we needed to know to understand the story and understand the characters' motivations, and then that's all we knew. We didn't need to know any more than that. There was never any, the whole time I was reading it, I was never like, I need to know more about this empire. I was like, I need to know what happens to Laia and Elias. I don't need to know anything about the empire. I need to know what happens to them. I cared about them as characters, not about the world, which is a massive plus for me because I love this. I love this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I was really wrangling whether it was a 4 or a 5, but I don't really know why because I loved it so much. I can't think of anything bad to say about it. I really can't. I loved it. It was just perfect. I just think it's very different. It's refreshing. It's a standalone, even though the ending is sort of open. Like, it could be another book, but I hope they keep to their guns and have it as a standalone because it was just, I like the open ending. I like being able to theorise in my own head what happens to Elias and Laia and Helene and Keenan and Izzy after the end of this book. I like that, and I don't want another book. Even though if they comes out with another book, I will read it and I will love it. But I hope this is just a standalone because it was a refreshing change from all the series that I read. So that was my review of An Ember in the Ashes, and thank you again to Harper Voyager for sending me this review copy, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.